Anthropic's generational run, as they called it, where they are just soaring past all the other competitors and really winning the enterprise space. Let's just do a quick update on the overall state of the race of AI. And I'm a big fan of the All In podcast. I listen to it a lot. They had a nice segment talking about Anthropic's generational run, as they called it, where they are just soaring past, all the other competitors and really winning the enterprise space. Because, they're taking up, 40% of the enterprise market right now versus OpenAI is taking up, I think, 12%, which they used to take 50%. This is all coming on the heels of Anthropic literally trying to get shut down by the Pentagon, right? So if you don't remember, Anthropic and the Pentagon had a big fight where they basically said, hey, we're not going to allow you to use this model to do these certain things that we don't think is okay. Pentagon said, hey, if we're using your AI, we're using it for whatever we want. You can't do anything about it. And then it didn't work out. They ended up getting, I guess you could call them blacklisted. There's like a certain list that the government could put you on that says you're a threat to the supply chain. It's not safe to do work with you, etc. A judge ended up actually filing an injunction to block that listing, by the way. So they're not officially listed on that list of supply chain disruptors because she said that it's very Orwellian for you to disagree with a company and then be able to essentially make it so that they can't do business with anybody else, right? Like that's very overly aggressive as a federal government policy. So that was blocked, luckily. Since then, right, and on the heels of that, or kind of in the same time as that, they launched Claude Opus 4.6, which has just blown up all of the leaderboards. And David, I sent you a link. The OpenRouter is this really cool tool if you haven't checked it out. If you don't have access to a model based on where you live, if you don't have access to a model because you don't have a high enough plan or whatever, and you just still want to try it out, or you don't want to, sign up for a company that's not in your country. So I'm in America. If there's a Chinese model, I may not feel comfortable putting my card on file with them. OpenRouter is a really cool tool that just kind of brings all of them into one place and lets you just use that directly. And so they have a unique insight where they can see all of the different models across all of the different providers, and they have lots and lots of users that are using those models in different production apps and stuff like that. And so they have a rankings page that I suggest everybody check out if they're ever interested. This does not necessarily reflect all of the data that's in the market, but it's a good snapshot because OpenRouter is pretty big. Like they're one of the bigger growing companies. And you'll notice a couple things. One, you'll notice that there's a lot of Chinese models on there with Minimax, Mimo. I think that's a Chinese one. But
I'm sure some of these are free, so you have to ignore because OpenRouter has free OpenRouter ones, and those are going to be like, obviously everybody's going to use those that doesn't want to pay.
Yeah.
But then you pay attention to the ones that like charge, these start charging, I think.
Yeah. So like definitely though, you'll see Claude Sonnet and Claude Opus. Those are way above GPT 5.4, which again is the flagship of OpenAI. It's also above Grok and even Kimi and Gemini. Like Anthropic's Claude series models are absolutely insane. And if you haven't checked out Claude Code yet, if you haven't used Claude Code to at least just automate something in your business, please reach out to us. Like my own operations specialist on my team, not a developer, fairly technical guy, set up Claude Code. He didn't sleep for 3 days. And there's literally memes going around on Instagram about how people are losing sleep because of Claude and, it's doing all these things for them. It is that good. Like it is not just hype. The numbers show for themselves. Claude really is that good. And if you haven't used it, set it up in some kind of like AI agent fashion or something like that, please reach out to us so I can help you because you are genuinely falling behind every day that you don't do that. This is not just us like trying to hype up a company. This is like numbers, and like Claude Code itself is extremely powerful. If you haven't set it up in your business yet, you really need to reach out to us and let us help you because you're falling behind. So anyway, getting back to this is already crazy, right? So Claude is already having quite a moment. And like I mostly pay attention to like the actual usage, so the actual throughput, and then the actual like rankings that people have said like this is the one that I'm using, and the market share. And so, you know, Google has a lot more models that are a lot cheaper. There's a lot of cost factors that go into this. But when it comes to pure capability alone, Opus 4.6 is just, it's really unparalleled. It truly is.
Hey, David Morello here, your host from SaaS with DaaS podcast. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out some of our other clips right here. And you can go ahead and see one of our other episodes or even clips from this same episode from SaaS with DaaS podcast. We'll see you on the next one.